Hey guys, welcome to Winchester Optics. In this video, we're going to talk about zeroing this Winchester Thermal Hunting Scope. So a couple things you want to do before we get up and head to the range and start shooting. You want to have a big enough target so that you can spot your impact. The one-shot zero function on this doesn't work unless you can actually see the impact on the paper that you're shooting. So make sure you have yourself a decent sized paper so you can see that. And then you can also have like a piece of reflective tape or something to sit on the impact point so that you can spot that impact and then adjust your reticles to it. So first thing you want to do before we start shooting is get into the menu, and we're going to set up a reticle and then set up the reticle color. All right, now that we're here on the screen, we're going to push the center button. That gets us into the menu. We're already on zeroing. We're just going to tap that, and then you'll notice at the very top it has rifle profile A. And then we have go to A, B, C, D, and F. And we're going to go down to the reticle. I'm going to select that, press center button, and now we can scroll through all the different reticle options. And then I'm going to go with that one. So once we have the reticle we like, you can push that center button, go down to the reticle color, push center button again to select, and now we can go through these different color options. And then find a color that really contrasts well for you. So I'm going to go back to this red. Just like that. And now we can come down here, and you notice I have 100 and 300 yards. If you want to add multiple zeros, we can just add there. We can add whatever yardage you want. Select that. There we go. Now we have another one that we'll have to actually go in and set and shoot and get a zero for each one of those yards. So if we want to delete one of those, hold center button, delete that distance, confirm yes, and then we can just go all the way back, go back, hold it again. So there you go. So now we have the reticle set that we like the reticle, we like the color, and now we're ready to take the shot. So let's go ahead and take that shot. All right, so you're going to notice the shot there, the impact is of the upper left side. So now we're going to pop back into the menu. I'm going to just hit that center button again in the zeroing function, and it has 100 yards. We're going to get into that, and now we're going to go to the coordinate correction. Select that, and now you'll see the screen change. Look at the Y coordinates and the X coordinates. Now we're just going to change that with the arrows. So let's go do the Y coordinates first, the vertical axis. And it's kind of hard to see that arrow there. You can see that red arrow. Just move that out of the way. So we're going to line that red arrow. You'll notice the Y coordinates moving up. I'm just going to keep going up until that's about center for that point of impact. So at 55. Okay, now the Y, we're going to move that over. Just keep holding it till that X lines up with the impact point. I'm going to go up a little bit on that. Okay, so now that is set, and all we got to do is push the menu button again. Just hold that, and it's going to change. See how the crosshair is now at that point of impact. So now we're got our bore sight set for 100 yards. So there you have it. It's that simple. So once you have your general bore sight set up, you're going to want to go ahead and shoot maybe 3 to 5 shots to really confirm that zero. You may have to adjust a little bit and then adjust to that center of your main shot group, but this is going to be the quickest way to get you on paper with the least amount of rounds and getting your zero set up. But there is one more thing I'd like to show you. Once you're already set up, you know you're at 100 yards, you got a decent zero, and just want to get into it really quick, here's a real quick shortcut. So we're going to jump back in here again and look at this top screen. You'll see the left button. I'm just going to press and hold left button. Boom. And that takes me right into the zero settings without having to go through all the different menus. And that's really all there is to it. So you notice we did have those other ranges on there. If you did want to have multiple zeros, we'd go and do that same process for each of the distances that you had entered in there. If you did want to take advantage of the different rifle profiles where maybe this is on rifle profile A, which might be a 223, but then rifle profile B could be maybe a 300 Win Mag. When you get it on rifle profile B, or that 300 Win Mag, you have to go through that same process, re-zeroing and getting those distances set up for that. But between different rifles, you're going to want to go ahead and just reconfirm that zero before you actually go hunting. But it should be pretty close, and you won't be wasting too much time doing that. But it's always a good idea to reconfirm anytime you're switching this optic to a different rifle. But with that said, guys, if you have any questions, please jump on to winchesteroptics.com. You can give us a note there. We'll do our best to answer whatever questions you have. And until next time, hope to see you at the range.